randomly select candidates after time is up. Your name has been entered into the lottery. If you win, you will receive mail with further instructions. We'll see if fortune smiles on you today. Fear not the end!
Your death will balance this.
The warmth of life has no place among the damned. Vengeful spirit, bow before your rightful king. I shall remember this trespass. How the living will suffer for your treachery.
That requires a corpse. Without a corpse, I cannot. Not yet.
Your grave beckons.
Here you are. Let us begin. Place was my tomb. Let it be yours. This place was my tomb. Let it be yours.
That requires a corpse.
hoping to become a shadow? We will randomly select candidates after time is up. Congratulations on winning the Shadow Lottery. Still interested? Good. We could use people like you in our ranks. But no matter how worthy I think you are, you must prove yourself to us all. Talk to Bartender Bailey, behind you. He's a friend, and someone who'll often have a job waiting.
Path of Blood is more than just a name meant to scare the fragile. Horrors lurk beyond this door. And with every... Path of Blood is more than just... Heard you want to join us. Few survive the Path of Blood. But you look like you might have what it takes.
Path of Blood? Sounds familiar. I must have already visited.
Don't mistake this first test as something trivial. It's one step on a very deadly road, and the best chance you have to show me why you belong here. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll show you the way. Blood is more than... You are about to challenge a version of the first step along the path. Prove yourself here, and I will endorse your entry into the shadows. When you are ready, move to the center of the room. Impressive. You may exit through the portal. I'm done with you for now. Of Blood is more than just a name. You have taken the first strides on a grueling journey. You have earned my respect, but you'll need to get the same from others. It's time for you to learn another of our secrets. Speak with our Master Vault Raider.
Looking to hit them where it hurts? Hands quick enough? I'll recite the words. I'll open the way. Not bad, not bad. Got some blood on your hands? How about getting something else on there? Gold, maybe. Essentia, maybe. Go on then. The Immortals store everything in a vault they think we can't break into. Arrogance, my favorite. Shall we? Looking to hit them where it hurts. Hands quick enough. Right, so you get to do my favorite thing. You get to steal from the Immortals. Claim what's theirs, make it your own, prove yourself to me while weakening them. Win-win. Kill the guards, steal 25 Essentia. And watch for wardens, yeah? They'll sound an alarm. If they do, you fail. Simple, right?
That sounds simple to you? I'm in good company.
Kill it, or you fail my test! Warden dead, and no Immortals alerted. Not too bad.
I must wait. I am healed.
Okay, you convinced me. Why hide it? I think we'll be working together quite a lot. And very soon. Go on in. Head off to something a little tougher, yeah? Looking to hit them where it hurts. Hands quick enough. I'll recite the words. Looking to hit them where it hurt. I like you. You're almost as clever and crafty as me. But you're not done yet, yeah? You know that guy from out front? The mysterious one? He's waiting.
I'm pleased to see how well you've done. But there is still a final test. You will face 3 powerful, ancient champions. Defeat them, and retrieve Akiba's signet to prove your worth. Let me know when you are ready. Are you prepared for your final trial? Collect Akiba's signet from the chest. Well done. Bring Akiba's signet to me when you're ready to join us. Feel free to give the extra to a worthy friend. To accomplish everything we can, the shadows have to be legion. In the future, you'll have an opportunity to invite even more adventurers into our ranks. Make certain you don't stop at just one. It seems you've made your decision. Prepare for the final initiation.
It is time. Feel the power of the ever-burning font and become a shadow. You will be filled with this strength for as long as the current immortal reigns. Sign the contract. Pledge yourself to something greater. Almost there, young one. Reach out one last time and receive your first title. You will be an initiate, but in time, you may be a full-fledged whisper, the highest of our ranks. Concentrate and reach out to all those who came before you. Pledge yourself and be recognized.
Welcome, Initiate. You're one of us now. as I knew you would be. There's a lot for you to achieve before you'll be ready to help overthrow the Immortals. Speak with the Twilight Agent to get started. We all see your potential. Don't let us down.
I made it down the stairs, didn't I? Don't worry.
None are truly ready.
Overthrowing the Immortals is no easy task. But with your help, and a proper plan, we might just have a chance. Pay close attention, and I'll walk you through what we have in store. True faith doesn't bellow. A whisper's enough.
have full control of the library, I can... Now that I have full control of the library, I can teleport you wherever I wish. This terminus has been modified to take you to a location upon Bilefen Island, near the temple. You have proven trustworthy enough to come and go at your discretion. But should you choose to leave, do it quickly. I abhor long goodbyes. And try not to die before our next meeting. The portal will take you to Bilefen. But be warned, teleporting halfway across the world may be unsettling.
It's not often an adventurer shows up in this port without even a ship docking. You certainly don't look like the rabble coming for work. Or a pirate, for that matter. Whoever you are, you're gonna want to check in with Talva. He's not a fan of strangers meandering around without his knowledge. Come on, I'll take you.
You there. I make it a point to know every face that steps into my port. And yours, I don't recognize. So what business is it that brings another adventurer to the Bilefen?
I'm looking for an ancient temple upon this island. Do you know of it?
Ah, now I get it. You're with that wizard then. Explains your sudden appearance, at least. Can't fathom why you lot are interested in that place. Nothing but death awaits there. The temple is to the southeast. Easy to find. Good luck getting in, however. The swamp is likely to kill you first. Now, if that's all you're here for, go on. I have enough problems to deal with.
must recharge. Give it your time. Without a corpse. be the wizard Talva spoke of. It seems we are both seeking entry into the Temple of Namari.
You arrived just in time, then. Supposedly we stand before an altar that summons the temple's guardian, Namari. And I fully intend to awaken her. With the right... the altar should come to life and summon Namari.
After untold eons, who seeks an audience?
Namari, I am Jin from the Great Isle of Shanzai. I have traveled the world searching for your ancient texts.
And I seek an angelic weapon hidden within your temple. We need its power to destroy the corrupted shards of the World Stone before they fall into the clutches of the burning hells.
If what you say is true, this is indeed a dark time. But has no one told you? What stands before you is no temple. This is a prison. Sargoth, the despoiler of life, has been imprisoned inside for millennia. My soul was bound to this place to ensure the Dark Summoner never escaped. But eternity is a long time. The power of the Nephilim has waned, and his connection to the burning hells has only grown stronger. He will free himself in time. And I am bound here, helpless without the 3 beacons. Return the beacons, and help me eliminate Sargoth before he unleashes untold havoc upon this world. Do this, and I will entrust to both of you what you seek.
That explains why the altar was so difficult to activate. 3 missing beacons. You know, on my way here a pirate was trying to sell some artifacts he likely stole from the temple. That may be a good place to start. What do you say? Interested in saving the world? The pirate was just outside the port when I last saw him. Let's try there.
Maybe I know something.
Our friend here is willing to divulge some information for a price. I have some experience dealing with these pirates, but we should also consult that Silver-Tongue fellow. I'll pursue this lead if you'll go speak with Talva. He's been in charge of that filthy little port long enough to have at least heard a few useful rumors.
Help! Fetishes are attacking the port! Save me! I'll give you anything!
Lousy fetishes. Every damn creature on this island ought to be exterminated, if you ask me. Still, I owe you. And I assume you want something in exchange, so let's get to it. What are you here for?
Information. 3 beacons of incredible magical power were taken from the temple's entrance. Have you heard of anything like that coming through this port?
A few times. But like most things from that temple, misfortune followed those damn relics. We don't let people sell stuff like that inside the gates anymore. But I may have heard a rumor or two. One relic was bought by an explorer years ago. Don't think the man ever made it off the island. The other is in a village to the east. But it sounds like that place is cursed. If you're going there, seek out Cadius first.
More of those fetish demons. They are bold. I'll give them that. Cadius. Talva Silvertongue said I should speak with you before heading to the nearby village. He seemed to believe it had been cursed.
Cursed? Nonsense. Fools always claim what they don't understand is magic. No, some creature's causing the village's suffering. The trick is to find out which one, and kill the thing dead. If you're hoping to help the village, we should join our efforts. I was just about to search along the river to confirm my suspicions, if you'd like to come along. Villager! Gods, they must have floated from upriver. That's no magic. That's toxin. Something killed these people, injected them with that vile liquid. Damn thing's got to be put down. That body came from the village farther up the river. If you follow these corpses, we may discover what's behind this.
grave beckons. Isn't even here. Perhaps it lies in the Elder's home.
Do you see this? Corpses everywhere. An entire village is lost. Where too late to help anyone.
I'm going to search the village Elder's home. If fortune is with us, someone will have survived.
Who goes there? A thief? Here to steal the beacon? Oh! It doesn't matter. Akarat, why? Why have you abandoned us? This squirming inside. No, they hunger for your flesh. I feel them. You meat, flesh. If they feed, the pain will end.
Stop this. You're not well.
Forgive me, but the beacon won't let me die. Only meat. Only meat dulls the pain, just like with the others. Owens! Oh, Akarat be damned. That thing in your hand, did he have it? He radiates a powerful magic.
Yes. It's one of the beacons from the Temple of Namari. Could it have caused his suffering?
No. The beast you killed did this to him. But that beacon glows with preservation magic. It was meant to ensure something survived. It must have kept him alive with those things eating away at his insides. What a cruel twist of fate. That something so wondrous could have caused him such suffering. Oh, Owens, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Hades, this isn't the only beacon. Talva mentioned another. He said it was held by someone who disappeared into the swamps and was never seen again. Another stone could be out there causing even more suffering.
The fetishes. Those wretched demons have gotten more bold lately. started attacking settlements directly. If their chieftain controls the power of a beacon, you have got to stop them. Their villages to the southeast. Go!
The balance is preserved.
Help us! They still have Gelly and the others. I tried to help, but there's just too many. The fetishes are slaughtering everyone. Please! The fetishes are slaughtering everyone they captured from the port. Please. My friends are just inside the village. Save them. I beg of you.
Get me down from here!
Your grave beckons.
You saved me. Oh, thank the gods. I thought I was done for.
I am glad I could help, but I need to ask you a few questions before we get you out of here. The fetishes, is this all of them? Have you seen their chieftain?
No. No. No one sees the chieftain and lives. I heard a rumor from the other captives of a profane magic he wields. But I never saw it myself. They've been taking people back into the rapids for God knows what purpose. We were about to be next. If you're looking for the chieftain, the Kikaris Rapids are where you'll find them.
All right. I'll go put an end to this. Find your people and get back to the port. Go. Quickly. The balance is preserved. At last. But where is the chieftain? That raft is the only way forward, it seems.
His patience.
Give it more time. I'm up late, it seems. Give it more time.
Death is inevitable.
The raft is stuck. And those shaman are beyond my reach. Perhaps I can turn their spells upon each other. I must wait, it seems. Killing their reinforcements sure angered them. Now, if I can just avoid the fire long enough. Undone by their own ambition. Not yet. His patience.
flesh, strong spirit. Yes, with your soul, the heart drum will beat fast. Come, scream to its song.
second beacon is mine. Time to leave, before my things become a sodden mess. I wonder how Jin is faring at the pirate camp.
You have performed well to carry our legacy this far. Do not be alarmed. Only you can hear my voice. Follow its sound. I was called Ibn Fad. I give you a gift that will advantage you in your war with the fiends.
I recognize the voice in the stone, but you're no ghost. What are you?
I am but a memory preserved. Once I helped found the Haradrim at the demands of the Archangel Tyrion. We slew some of the greatest evils on Sanctuary, but we could not conquer death. The Order, too, has gone. You hold a remedy of a kind. The vessel you carry is meant to pass our greatest traits to future Haradrim. Only those worthy to take up the fight will discover one. I bring you to hear the teachings of the Order in our own words, that you may use the vessels well. Should you survive, it will be your charge to recover the others, and make our power your own.
Rodrim's secrets beneath Westmarch. The city's practically balanced on mysteries.
Come closer, aspirant.
What is this place?
A gate. Out of the city to our legacy. Where we bled out our strength for they who would succeed us. Only those prepared to face our trials should pass beyond it. I do not need to ask if you are one such, but your worthiness is merely a beginning. When you are at your greatest, is when you must give of yourself. Step through the portal and learn.
It's quiet as a tomb in here. I like it.
This is a vault of dreams, not bones. It has been long since any visited these chambers. Longer still, since any paid their respects. Now, let us see how well you emulate our courage. Head to the sunken depths. These trials shaped us, and the vessel you carry.
So, I pass the trials and inherit the power of the Horadrim.
In part. Our legacy lies in fragments. You must rejuvenate it before you can truly claim it. Remnants of the power we donated, culling stones, are locked behind the trials. Bring them to the natatorium to attune yourself.
Everything's in pieces these days.
complete. You will be privy to more of our power. Enter the aspirant's grounds. Gather what your performance allots you. Bring the culling stones to the natatorium and begin to restore the legacy. I expect you'll use our gifts as I would, but it is your decision. Were I living, I might envy you that freedom. The Order awaited this moment for centuries. It is time. Should you find other vessels, return here. This place is hidden but connected to Westmarch through the passages above. In time, our story and our strength will be yours. See that you remain deserving.
A bit bright.
Vanak, you say? Good. Can always use more hands in the kitchen. The Shadows have special jobs that need doing. Contracts, if you will. And I'm the one who serves them out. Check in regularly, as there's always something new simmering on the stove. If you catch my meaning. Hate to see the pot boil over.
Of course. I'm a kitchen hand, and we're talking about cooking. Obviously.
not the end.
Not my time, please.
Meant to scare the fragile. Horrors lurk beyond this door. And with every flaw conquered, something even worse awaits.
You're not one to lay about, yeah? Eager to get messy. Looking to get wealthy. A thief after my own heart. Not literally, I hope. Risk equals opportunity. Opportunity equals rewards and recognition, right? The vault's carefully guarded, sure. But I'm willing to bet your safety on it.
I appreciate your honesty.
Congratulations on your performance so far. Now, to reveal one of our greatest honors and heaviest burdens. Within the shadows are smaller groups of like-minded people. Together, they form dark houses and vie to be worthy of taking down the immortals. Find the Unspoken to learn more.
No, not yet. Death is patient. That ability must recharge.
None are truly ready. I can help you form a dark house during one of our assemblies. If you are one of the top 10 dark houses, you can attempt to unseat the immortals with the right of exile.
rite of exile is the ultimate test of the immortals, and it is up to us to administer it. If they fall on this ancient battleground, our strongest will rise up to take their place.
I must wait, it seems. Give it more time. Not yet. Is patient. That ability must recharge. I must wait, it seems.
there you are. My negotiations went poorly, but I was able to find out that the pirate leader keeps the relics they've stolen aboard his ship. That's where we'll find our beacon. Come on, let's go. Rotten little fish creatures. One of the pirates claimed Rodri treats these things like pets. Oof! Let's have a look around, shall we? No luck? Let's take a look at his desk then. And it's a mess, of course. How can someone be this disorganized and still function? Whatever, I think I have something here. Apparently Rodri locked away the beacon in his private stash. The text mentions some kind of security mechanism.
Stealing from a pirate? A rather daring way to ensure your death. I hope that cursed thing kills you both.
Well, that's one way to obtain a beacon. I assume you have the other two. Right! Let's return to Namari then. in place the beacons. I'll cast the spell to summon her.
You've returned, and I can feel the beacon's power flowing through the altar. Well done, both of you. Come, our opportunity is slipping away from us. If we are going to defeat Sargoth, our moment is at hand. Jin of Shansai, you must take my place at the altar, lest Sargoth break the seal before we are ready.
It will be my honor. Good luck in there.
Sargoth betrayed us. For his terrible crime, he was imprisoned for eternity. Or so we believed. When I faced him again, something had changed. His rage had grown, granting him terrifying power. I fought with all my strength. Everything I had. I failed. You must not.
Sargoth's prison lies in the depths of the temple. But even here I can feel his foul magics at work. The spirits of my brethren are under his control. They will rise against us. Persevere and we will meet ahead. How my soul aches at the sight of this once joyous place, now devoid of life and forgotten. Wait, no, we're not alone.
I must wait, it seems.
The barriers that block us also serve to hold back his power. When one is breached, the others bear the strain. As Sargoth's bonds weaken, his power to summon demonkind will only grow stronger. Be ready. There is a summoning ring beyond this barrier, hero. Kill the mages, and the ritual will end. Well done, champion. I am activating the gateway to the final chamber. Go and do what I could not. End Sargoth.
The fallen horde is at my command!
It is not my time, please.
Is quite an ordeal, isn't it? Let us see how you handle another. Marauders of the Ashen Wastes, hear your master's call! Obey for now. Unfit to inherit sanctuary. 100,000 gnashing maws awaits this world. Run flesh from bone. Sacrifices. The power of hell is at my command once more. This world is mine, as was promised. And you, filth, will not stand in my way.
You're back! And with both your dagger and Namari's tomes, no less. Do you realize how impressive you are? I owe you a great deal, friend. But I need to take these back to Shansai right away. If you ever find yourself upon the Great Isle, don't be afraid to seek me out.
I won't be. I too must return to my duty. Travel safely, Jin.
It's you. Huh. Had a feeling you'd be back. Here, This letter came in for you. Thought I'd hold on to it until you returned. You know, for, safekeeping.
This should be the place. Time to take a closer look.
The cycle continues.
Give it more time.
This one may be worthy, but it is too soon to tell.
Worthy? Of what? What are you talking about? Who are you?
You're heading in the right direction. Ahead lies an ancient cycle, sacred rites, and immense responsibility. Soon you will understand. Soon you will understand.
Welcome back, friend. I can only assume this means you finally found what we've been looking for.
Indeed, Cain. Behold, Ymira.
Astonishing. Only once before have I been graced with seeing the craftsmanship of the high heavens. And it certainly wasn't from this close. This is indeed an object of holy power. To think an old man like me would ever hold such a thing. With the dagger as catalyst, the ritual should not fail. The time has come. Now then, I believe after all this tribulation, you deserve the honor. Destroy the shards once and for all. Three shards expunged from this world and safe from the clutches of hell? I could practically burst out into song.
Please don't. Yeah. In truth, I understand the feeling, Kane. This moment has been hard-won.
Yes, but let us not forget, there are still more shards out there. While you were away, I was able to divine the location of a fourth stone to the northeast on Mount Zavane, not too far from Ariat itself. Unfortunately for us, Rem's ship isn't ready to set sail. However, this cryptic letter did arrive with your name upon it. It seems you may have an interesting diversion in your future, while I secure your passage.
You are powerful, filled with a strength only suffering can provide. Place the time-worn scroll on the platform inside the cathedral, and learn where your power can be put to use.
I can't keep my eyes.
Standing in the ancient city of Corvus, Deodessa the Builder bestowed the eternal crown upon her son, Kion. Fueled by the artifact's power, Kion formed the Immortals and swore to protect Sanctuary from the burning hells. But he would not do so unwatched. Knowing that power corrupts, Deodessa charged her daughter Akiba with a heavy burden. It would be her job to ensure the Immortals were forever worthy of this gift. Should they ever fall to the burning hells, Akiba and her shadows would take their place as the defenders of Sanctuary. This cycle is eternal. Since the time of the Firstborn, Deodessa has done her part to ensure that Sanctuary would be forever protected. For her plan to work, two sides are required. As you will come to learn, they are the Immortals and the Shadows, the first of which is ready to speak with you. Visit the Historical Archivist. She is near the Wall of Honor in the northeast of Westmarch. I will meet you there.
Welcome. Here for tales of Westmarch's august Immortals? Or are you interested in joining? You've come to the right place in either case. For you, I can share the deep truths. First-hand experience, not rumor or speculation. Go ahead, gaze into the Wall of Honor over there.
That scroll is only found by those truly capable of defending Sanctuary. You are no pretender,
and I sense great power within you. But power can lead to corruption or sloth. You must be stronger than that to be one of us. Hand me the scroll, and you shall see.
If you know how to fight demons without inviting corruption, I'm listening.
Visions of us all, future and past, bear witness.
The Immortals, bestowed with righteous power by Deodessa the Builder. Their charge? To defend Sanctuary against the burning hells. To use their strength to keep the relentless demons at bay. To be a beacon of hope and light. But victories are temporary, and the Immortals can never relent or yield. Even if all hope seems lost, they must find the courage to stand defiant for all time.
Do you know now why you were called? I did not know either, before I bore the crown. Approach the heart. Accept the power of the Immortal. Find you worthy of the power, and for that alone, they will kill. But they do not know you, not truly. Show them. Banish your fear. You have proven yourself.
Energy.
They were wrong. You can be worthy. You will be. Now return. End this dream.
Are you back with me? Good. Curiosity is an important first step into a larger world. If you are ready to learn more, I am ready to teach. Remember, we are but one side of the coin. Stay and read as much of the Immortals as you wish, and when you're done, think about heading to the tavern. I'm told someone from the other side wants to speak with you.
Been chatting with the Unspoken? Doesn't surprise me. Normally, access to the Court of Whispers is restricted to our members only. But we'll make an exception for you. This time. The Unspoken is waiting for you inside. Go, before you are seen.
You are on the precipice of greatness, Initiate. All that remains, for now, is to reach Apprentice 1 and show that you are truly with us. Advance along the path of blood, raid the vault, or complete contracts. There are many ways to prove yourself. And the choice, my friend, is yours. The Immortals must always prove their worth, and it is up to you to make sure they do. As you grow stronger, so do all shadows. And someday, with your help, we might be the new Immortals.
If they aren't ready to guard Sanctuary, we need to change that. Even if it means taking their place.
The Shadows will ask a lot of you, but you're no stranger to sacrifice. That's why you're one of us. True faith doesn't bellow. A whisper's enough.
Akiba, daughter of Deodessa, founded the Shadows. Though she is long departed, her spirit is with us always. Touch the ever-burning font, and let her wisdom mark you.
You think you have what it takes to walk this path? You must work unseen, hidden in darkness, as I once was. Always remember, we all want the same thing. The protection and safety of Sanctuary.
Many say they want to protect others. How they go about it is what matters.
We test the Immortals. We ensure they are worthy of the power they inherited. Hand me that scroll and see the truth. Prepare yourself.
A dark burden given, and a hidden force created. One that could step up should the mightiest immortal fail. The Shadows, constant challengers to the would-be defenders of Sanctuary. They would test the Immortals, looking for weakness and apathy. Led by Akiba, the Shadows would overthrow the Immortals when the time was right. But even in victory, she knew her watch had just begun. For this is an eternal cycle.
The battle hall of a great hero. Plagued by doubters, he fought valiantly, and he won. My memory is different. My brother was a great hero, unlike any before or since. But he still failed. The power he held was more than anyone could bear. The strongest, the wisest, the most dedicated, exiled him, and took up his burden, as it must ever be. Bring down the Immortal. Reclaim. had to be done. Good that you did not hesitate. Should the Immortals become unworthy of their station, we will be there to remove them and take up the mantle. Always. No matter who wears the crown. Return to yourself. Think on what you have seen.
And now you know the truth. The Immortals are tasked with protecting Sanctuary, and have been given great power to do so. The Shadow
are the ones making sure the Immortals never become corrupt or complacent. I understand.
Yes. Though Akiba and Kion are long dead, there are others who can help you decide where to focus your efforts. Those you've met on this journey can be useful advisors. Visit them again when you are ready. You may simply continue as an adventurer, as you have. But the cycle swirls ever around us, even if we ignore it. Listen for rumors to learn how the cycle is faring. Then decide.
You're back. Did your secretive friends turn out to be helpful?
They are skilled at fighting demons. And each other. If nothing else, I have a lot to think about. Any word from the captain?
Yes. Thankfully, everything has been prepared. Whenever you're ready, Rem should be waiting for you at the docks to begin the first leg of your journey.
Thank you, once again, Kane.
Ah, there you are. The old man said you're looking for passage to Mount Zervain. Well, our ship can bring you to the nearby port, and a caravan can take you from there. If you're ready, we can head out this hour.
A corpse, and freshly killed as well. Whatever caused this attack must be nearby. That sounds like combat ahead.
Traveler. And a well-armed one at that. The Khazra have grown aggressive as of late. I would not recommend traveling Mount Zavain alone for the time being.
I see your point. These goatmen do seem troublesome. How can I help?
A good question, but one that is not mine to answer. I was on my way to speak with the target of these attacks, the Sons of Rakis. Perhaps you wish to join me? We have come to speak with your captain.
A monk from the temple! Open the gate!
The village is lost, Captain. Our defenses will hold no longer.
Our men are not faring much better. We need new options, or we will be forced to abandon our post. Wait. It appears we have some opportune guests. Veradani monk. Unbelievable. We were hoping the monastery might send us aid, but we'd expected acolytes, not someone of your position. Regardless, I am deeply thankful for both you and this adventurer's arrival.
Our peoples may have had their differences, Captain. But on this mountain, when any one of us suffers, we all share the pain. Tell us of the Khazra. What have they done?
The nearby village was overrun. We've gathered those we could, but the Khazra have occupied the village. Akarat knows what they're doing to those who survived the attack. And now, the beasts assail our gates. We need your help.
With the two of you, the light may have given us a chance. But the Khazra swarm against us from two separate fronts. We will need to deal with both if we are to survive. If the rumors about a single monk being worth a battalion of men hold true, I would prefer her to guard the fort. With her help, we can cut off the Khazra in the village from their reinforcements.
So we isolate the Khazra in the village. That would allow a small group to clear out the rest. Bold. I like it.
Bold plans are all we have left. If the monk guards us from the north, you and I can fight through the village, adventurer. But we will need to move quickly. The guards here are barely holding their own.
The goatmen are at the gates! To arms!
Careful, no. The goatmen got this far inside. We have to reach the gate.
No, they took the others. Those damn things emerged from the village so quickly, we barely had time to react.
They were taken alive, and we have no time to be wasting.
Agreed. You two, pull further back and defend the gate. Use the path to limit the effectiveness of their numbers. We'll be back soon. Hopefully with friends. It's been days since we fled the village. Stay alert. Who knows what we'll find in there. A body. Vaughn. This is a fresh wound. He must have tried to escape. God damn it.
Voice. Ralva! Help! I'm pinned under some debris. Oh, thank the blessed light you two arrived. Vaughn, he distracted them. And I was able to take shelter. But the debris... I thought I was done for.
Grin, is we're still alive? How many others were taken?
5. There were 5 of us. The Khazra were dragging us toward some kind of sacrifice in the town square. Vaughn managed to break us free, but the others weren't as lucky. I haven't seen them since.
Then there's a chance they're still alive. Come on, adventurer. We need to head to the town square immediately. That's Weir. He's alive.
Careful. The circle. It's summoning.
I don't understand how this is happening.
The Khazra are primitive. This kind of magic should be beyond their capabilities.
I've seen rings like this one before. Once in Wortham, another in the Dark Wood. This sigil belongs to the Cult of Damnation, and each time I've seen it, they were bringing the foul minions of hell into this world.
I see no sign of the others. Whatever's going on, we're not going to find answers here. Let's inform the captain. This fight isn't over yet.
This terrible, unblinking eye. It's as if it sees through me.
You've returned. Crane reported back as well.
Vaughn and Weir fell. The others were taken. It seems the Khazra was sacrificing villagers to create a summoning ritual in the village. It's a kind of magic I've only seen wielded by cultists.
Summoning. So that is the secret behind the Khazra's seemingly endless onslaught. They can only have come from the den to the north. Our monk friend has been battling against their main forces nearly non-stop since you left. Meet up with her and press the assault, or the Khazra will simply try again, and the next attack we may not endure.
It's not possible. I know precisely where the Worldstone shard you speak of is. It was recovered years ago and is safe within our monastery. Still, I share your concerns, and we need to find out more. Sadly, the Khazra have been driven into such a rage, they have been unable to do anything but protect the survivors in Sentinel's watch. I cannot leave here, but you can. Investigate the Khazra den, put an end to these attacks. Do that, and we can discuss things further, including this shard you're looking for. More Khazra warriors! Go ahead, I'll take care of things here.
That feeling again. Like a cold hand dragging along my spine. The cultists must be close.
traffic at once.
By flesh be born. By blood find life. Let the damned serve their lord. Our power is nearly spent. The portal will not hold here.
You must be the Dravek these cultists keep shouting for.
Yes, I am. And you must be the Shard Seeker. You cannot help Oza or these people. No, you will fail at reaching the stone. And I will have what is mine. The God of Damnation has spoken.
My health is restored. This symbol, it's the same as in the village. The cultists and that monk were behind the Khazra attacks, but why expend this effort? He mentioned Oza's name. Perhaps she can reveal more.
Returned. The goatmen stormed the barricade a few moments ago, and then things went quiet. I assume you were successful then.
Indeed, the ritual is no more. The Khazra were being manipulated by a man named Dravek. He seemed to be waiting for you to arrive.
Dravek? He was waiting for me? I haven't seen him in a long time. We trained together in our youth, but he was exiled. Are you certain he was working with the cultists?
Yes, he made that quite clear when he summoned a demon to kill me.
Damn it. Dravek is a Veridani monk, just like I am. But he is rash and impulsive. He never learned control, and we all suffered for his recklessness. If he is here, we must uncover his plot. Lives depend on it.
There must be a trail somewhere. Chaos, like the kind Dravek and his minions unleashed, is rarely clean.
You're right. Come this way. I have an idea. Ever since the Zakarum Crusade was defeated, Mount Zavane has been covered in mists. They are the perfect place to hide.
is unrelenting, and nightmares swarm within. What hope is there of finding tracks in a place like this?
Eyes may be deceived, but land itself always bears the scars of our actions. Zaim, god of mountains, I beseech you, lend me your sight. Reveal the path once taken so we may follow. The mantra is working. Friend, I need you to be my feast while I commune with the mountain. The nightmare creatures will be drawn to the light. Do not let them near.
My health is restored.
The Khazra are weak and fearful. They will bow before the Lord of Damnation. Eliminate the Sons of Rakis, and the monastery stands alone against Hell's might.
There, the spirit orb is complete. The mountain's memory is long, and it will guide us to Draven. Come, follow. Hundreds of years ago, Ivgorod fought back the invaders from Westmarch here. This battlefield is the cursed result. The spirit orb has stopped. There must be more the gods wish us to see. Guard me while I commune with Zaim once more.
Recharging.
Then let this sacrifice be the first of many. There is no price I will not pay for his return. Yes, my lord. I can hear you now. The blood ritual pierced the veil. At long last, tell me what I must do.
Dravik, what bargain did you make? Quickly, follow the orb once more.
Wither and die.
I am healed.
Be cautious. A dark magic lingers here. I fear a trap. What's that up ahead? There, on the bridge.
The harvest begins!
searched the cave thoroughly. Drawbeck killed the acolyte outside and left a trap herein. There must be a reason why.
Your grave beckons. Rosa, look at this. Some journal entries and a map. Have you heard of a Zakharum chapel here?
No, but it does not surprise me. Much of what the Zakharum built upon the mount has been lost to the mists, and few people are willing to brave the nightmare grounds to find such a place. It would be a perfect place to hide.
You're right. That's certainly worth a look.
The map showed the chapel at the center of the battlefield. The nightmares are strong there. Do not let down your guard.
Death has come for you.
The flame of hell leaves not even ash.
The fire! Put it out! This abandoned chapel served as someone's study. Look at all this research. Was Dravik working in secret this long?
I never knew he'd fallen so far. He became distant after his brother died in the tundra of Eriet. Oh, I wish he told me. I could have helped him. I would have...
Don't do that to yourself, Oza. This is not your fault.
You're right. And yet, Some part of me will always bear this guilt. I could have stopped him. I could have reached out to him in his pain. Perhaps then, none of this would have happened.
Now is not the time to lose yourself in reflection. We must find Dravik and stop him. Do you know of this shrine he mentions in the letter?
Yes, it's to the east. Not far from the old monastery grounds. We should hurry. Yitar, look! An acolyte from the monastery! What could have brought him out here? Friend, stand back! I will entreat Zaim's favor once more. If we are still blessed by the gods, perhaps they will grant us clarity.
The demons are everywhere. Form a defensive line. Do not let them into the temple! We cannot hold much longer! I will find Oza, I promise! She will not let us fall!
Gods, he came to warn me of an attack.
He spoke of demons, and in great number. The cultists must have opened a rift to the burning hells. It's the only explanation for an assault of that magnitude.
We have to divide our efforts once again. It is the only way we will survive this. I will return to the monastery and rally the others. But you must stop that ritual. The old temple Dravik wrote of is further to the east. Follow the path, and you'll find it.
Understood. I'll head to the monastery as soon as I can. Keep them away from the Shard, or the world will suffer like never before.
Dravik has betrayed everything he stood for. The blood of his own people is on his hands. If you face him, show no mercy.
My wounds mend. Your corpse will serve the living. No, not yet. There. That must be the temple Oza spoke of. And that feeling of dread has returned once more.
The Shard Seeker! Protect the ritual with your lives!
Your constant interruptions have taxed the Master's great work. He wishes to have words with you.
I have you now, mortal. 3 shards destroyed. Uncontested. No more. You have earned the totality of my ire.
Still recharging.
No penance. Only suffering.
salvation. Yet the tide has been unleashed.
Something fell from the priest's robes. That symbol again. Another ritual. It isn't far. Give it more time. No, not yet. Give it more time. Finally, a challenge. Give it more time. My health is restored. Heal me. Still recharging. Fear not the end! That ability must recharge.
Adventurer, over here!
My wounds mend. Give it more time. I must wait, it seems. Death is patient.
Death is inevitable.
I must wait, it seems.
Thank the gods you're here. Dravek and the demons attacked the monastery directly, and we have been fighting for our lives. I was able to warn the masters, and our best men have been guarding the Worldstone Shard. We should join them in the shrine.
Shard! Protect the shard!
They're dead! How could he do this? I couldn't save them. Oh, this monastery has stood for over 500 years. Even the Zakarum army could not breach its walls. And now Dravek has brought it low in a day.
Oza, a powerful demon lord, has set his forces against this monastery. We cannot grieve now, lest the sacrifices of your people be in vain.
So many lives lost. A temple in shambles. All for that stone.
No, Osa. Not for the stone. For Tayev!
Better.
Dravek took the shard onto the terrace. Follow after him!
After the traitor!
Osa, turn back. There is no need for you to die. I serve a new god. One who actually listens to prayer. Run home to Ivgorod. Only damnation awaits here!
You monster! You betrayed everyone! The gods will not stand such an affront.
not yet. Still recharging. I am healed. Death is patient. No, not yet.
The harvest begins!
I am relieved. Death is patient.
Death closes upon me.
No, not yet. Death is patient. That ability must recharge. My life fades. I am healed.
The balance. Oza went ahead. She's all alone up there.
You cannot escape Zaim's grasp upon his sacred mountain! I am his fist, and I will crush you for what you have done!
That came from the peak.
Oza! Oza, no!
Oza, please, tell me you are all right.
No, I am not in the practice of lying to friends. I can't believe it. It's over. Master Vitalia has been avenged. But the shard. You must get the shard.
May Zaim embrace you, my friend. I will deal with the shard. I promise you.
I told you to run! I told you that you would fail! And now the God of Damnation has his sight upon you! Yet I know you will not stop. So come to the frozen tundra. Death is waiting for you.
The shard is gone. Damn it! He's right. I have no choice but to follow him into the frozen north. So be it. I am healed. My health is restored. Death is patient. Fear not the end! Has come for you. I am injured. Better. That ability must recharge. Death, claim you! Your grave beckons. No, not yet. Give it more time. must wait, it seems. My wounds mend. Still recharging.
Death is inevitable.
My health is restored. That ability must recharge. Still recharging. Death is patient. That ability must recharge. I'm healed. That ability must recharge. My life fades. I am injured. My health is restored. Still recharging. Is patient. Better.
The harvest begins!